Okay, class, so today is our review lesson 3, unit 0, lesson 3. You are going to need a highlighter and a pencil. So it's another story problem. What is the first thing we do when we have a story problem? Well, we have to read the entire problem. So we're going to read the entire problem first. Problem. Think about ways to solve the problem. There are 450 campers at Camp Cody. One day, 218 campers did art projects. The rest did sports. How many campers did sports that day? Show your work. Okay. So we read through the whole problem. The next thing that we do is ask ourselves, well, what's this about? What is this story problem about? The story problem is about kids at camp who do art and sports. The next question is, what? What do I underline first? That's our next question. What do I underline first? Okay, we'll read it again and then we'll decide. There are 450 campers at Camp Cody. One day, 218 campers did art projects. The rest did sports. How many campers did sports that day? Okay, so the first thing I underline is the question. What is the question asking? What is the story problem wanting us to solve? Well, it's wanting us to solve how many campers did sports that day. Okay. So what do I look for after I know the question? Important information is what I look for. Important information that pertains or that goes with the question. So my question is, how many campers did sports that day? So the important information is what? The important information is that there are 500 or 450 campers, and one day 218 campers did art, and the rest did sports. Important words from our question are how many. We're going to put a box around that because this is going to tell us what operation to use. What operation do we use when how many is in the question? Subtraction. Subtraction is what we use when the words how many are in the question. Also, we start with a total. There are 450 campers. This is our total amount. And because it's already given to us, it's not something we have to find. That means that we're going to subtract. Now, standard subtraction algorithm looks like this. 450 minus 218. We're going to model this a different way today, though. We're going to do this using our place value chart. Okay, so we're going to go like this, and we only have to go to the hundreds. Okay, so this is our ones, tens, hundreds. Okay. And then we have to label. A big part of math is keeping things as neat as you can and labeling. So our first amount, the 450, is the total campers. That's how many campers there are altogether. And we need to subtract 218 campers because those 218 did art. By doing this, we're going to find out how many kids did sports. Okay. Now, using our chart right here, okay, It says that we have 0 ones minus 8 ones. Now, if I have 0 cookies, can I eat 8 cookies? No. So I have to borrow from this tens place. Now what this is saying now is that I'm borrowing a 10, so this becomes a 4, and I'm moving the 10 over here. Well, 10 plus 0 is just 10, but I can take 8 cookies away from 10 cookies. So how many cookies would I have left over if I had 10 cookies and I ate 8? 2. And we can figure this out by counting on. We can say, well, I ate 8 of them, so I'm going to go 8, 9, 10. I have 2 left over, so my answer is 2. Now we're going to move into our tens place. We have 4 tens left, remember, because we borrowed 1 and moved it to the ones. So I have 4 tens minus 1 10. I can do that. I know that 4 minus 1 is 3. Here I have 4 hundreds minus 2 hundreds, and I can do that also. I don't need to borrow there. So now I have 2. So let's reread our question and see if we answered it. There are 450 total campers at Camp Cody. One day, 218 did art projects. The rest did sports. How many tells us to subtract how many campers did sports that day. Okay, so how many means subtract. And that's how we do that there. What that would look like in standard algorithm is 0 minus 8. You can't do it. So we're going to borrow and move the 1 over. See how you get a 10? 10 minus 8 is 2. 4 minus 1 is 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. 232. 232.